Welcome to the first episode of Compact Fishing Chronicles. And this is the adventure today. This is kind of a trip I wanted to plan for the dads that have never been fishing. They've never had someone take them fishing. They've kind of wanted to take their kids fishing, but they just don't know where to start. So wanted to put this together for you guys so that you would have an idea of kind of how simple it is and what you'll need. It's very basic. Wanted to show you where you can go fishing, and that is pretty much anywhere. So right here is a little pond, no fishing signs, and it is right outside of Home Depot. All right, so let's go over what we got here. So what I did is I picked a rod that is very much like every kid's rod you're going to buy at Walmart, whether it be a Superman rod, which he's the best superhero, a Bluey rod, a Barbie rod, whatever. They're all going to be in this kind of length and kind of reel. This a little bit cheaper of a reel. I went ahead and picked up the Zebco Dock Demon just because I have some plans for this one on the channel down the road. But this will kind of give you the same premise. So I'm going to show you how to kind of set it up. We're going to put one of these little swivel connectors on, just kind of show you how to tie a good knot, pretty simple knot. You're going to need a pair of needle nose pliers or a pair of hemostats. You can get these on Amazon pretty cheap. You're going to be catching some small bluegill, sunfish, and it's going to be hard to get the little hook out of their mouth, so these come in handy. You're going to pick up a pack of these. They're less than $2. They already have some line on them. I have one sitting right here. It has a loop at the one end, and it's already got the hook on it. And then you can pick up a can of whole kernel corn. You can just grab some bread if that's all you got laying around the house. You can use hot dogs. There's some recipes online on how to make your own fish bait, like a dough ball bait, and that'll catch pretty much everything from catfish and up. So pretty simple setup. I'm going to show you how to tie it and get everything rigged up, and then we'll get fishing. All right, so what we're going to do is going to take your line from your reel. You're going to feed it through your guides. Once you have it through the guides, you're going to want to take the end. You can see this, see if I can zoom in for you. Okay, so you're going to want to take the end of it. You're going to put it through. Get it through there. So you have your cut end. You're going to put that in your left hand. You're going to hold the other side of your line in your right hand. You're going to leave your lure or your swivel connector or whatever in the middle, and you're going to let some slack develop in that, so it has kind of a dip in it, or like a V shape. And you're going to take your right hand. You're going to reach over and you're going to pinch. You're going to pinch that side, right? So to show you again, create the V. Create the V. You're going to reach over. You're going to pinch that left line, and now everything is hanging on your right side. You're going to pull that tight, and you're going to spin this over. You're going to spin it over about 6 or 7 times. And then what that does is that creates a loop for you. So if you look in your right hand, you have a loop. You're going to take that open line, that end cut line, you're going to feed it through that loop and pinch those two ends together. And then you're going to pull it. Not super tight, about right there. And then you let go of your cut end and hold on to your swivel or your lure, and you just pull this end in, and it cinches down nice and tight. Pretty easy way. Not the strongest knot in the world, but it's a quick, easy knot. And you just cut your tag end off, and you have a nice quick knot. So then what you can do with that is you can take this pre-tied hook that has the loop on it, and you just open this up like a safety pin, and you close that, and there you go. Super easy way to put a hook on if you're not 100% familiar with doing that. And then if this breaks or you end up having to cut it, you can cut it off there or disconnect it there and then just put a new one on. So the other thing I like to do is I like to get these little bobbers. These are made by Trout Magnet, and they have a slit in them. So you pull this little black pin out, and then you put your line through it, put your line through that, and then you tuck your pin back in, and then the bobber's wherever you set it. And it's less likely to slide up and down. Some of those spring connected ones, you clip them on and then they just slide up and down and they never stay where you want them. So this is a pretty easy way to throw a bobber on. So what we'll do first is we'll do bread. I did so much bread fishing with my girls growing up. We take them up to a pond and just take some bread. Usually the middle's the best. Take some bread with us, and then we'll take a can of corn with us, and I'll show you both. But what you'll do is you'll just basically peel off some bread. You take your hook, and I just fold it over the hook, and just pinch off the excess, and then I just very carefully, so you don't put the hook in your finger, you just pinch it really tight around the hook. So you end up with this tiny little bread ball. And then when the fish bite it, catch fish, hopefully. So we'll do that, and we'll try these and see how it goes. Take our bread and our corn, and we'll go down here and see what we can catch. Let me readjust this for you so you can see. All right. So I'll reel this up a little bit. So there you have it. Pretty simple setup. Going to cost you a couple bucks. Just cast that out. These cheaper rods don't cast very far. But they work. So then you just watch a bobber. Now the downside with using bread is the little tiny fish will pick that bread off around the hook, almost like they're taught from a young age how to get that bread off. So you might end up having to reel in every so often like this, pull it up and just check and say, okay, still got my bread on, and cast it back out. Just kind of wait and see. A little bit of a waiting game. Once that bobber starts moving around, you want to wait for that bobber to go under the water and start to be pulled away from you. And then just start to kind of slowly reel in. You don't want to jerk it hard like you see some of these guys on these big bass videos where they're jerking back real hard. You're going to be catching a lot of little fish with this setup. So you just kind of let them swallow that hook, and as they start to swim away, that slow retrieval will kind of set the hook for you. So it's not a lot of, let's see if I can get it out a little bit. Oh, there you go. See, this is what happens. A little fish will steal your bread. So we're going to put some new bread on there. We're going to go even smaller this time. We're going to really put a tiny bit on there and see what happens. So just pinch it on there nice and tight, like that. But I've been wanting to get out here and make this video for you guys, especially with the week we've had, with this country losing Charlie Kirk and just the darkness that's out there. It's a good reminder to, as dads, get out there with your kids. get out in God's creation, spend time with them, create that space for them to unplug and spend time with you and hear your stories and be able to share theirs and be able to ask you questions, and you kind of help them navigate life. That's what's great about creating these moments. It doesn't cost you a lot of money. You can have some fun, finding new spots to fish, and um, your kids are looking for direction, and you are their compass. You're their God-given compass, and if you don't make the space for that, they're going to go find other places to have their questions answered. Um, and in the world we live in now, as we've seen, they find it online in these dark corners of social media, and they get lost. So, dads, make the time. That's why I wanted to start this channel. So you can see you can kind of fish anywhere and everywhere, and with little money and lots of money, and there's all kinds of ways to do it. And they stole our bread again while I was chit-chatting with you. So get another piece on here. Oh, here comes a turtle. They are thieves of the bread. There we go. Much better cast. I see you, Mr. Turtle. I see you. But yeah, little bread balls. They work. Corn works great, which we'll try here in a minute. And the other thing that's really good is little pieces of hot dog. Fish love those. I have a feeling we have a turtle going after our... Oh, there goes our bobber underwater, starting to swim away. We're going to crank in here slowly, and folks, I think we caught ourselves a turtle. We have a turtle. All right. Oh, he let go. Okay. So, turtles like the bread. This one is loaded with turtles. We got a little baby turtle there, one in the water there. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over there, sunning themselves. See if I can get them on there for you. They are everywhere. Uh-oh, turtle. We got him again. Dang, damn it. Come on, Mr. Turtle. There you go. Let go. I see you. Keep stealing my bread. All right, we're going to move down here so we're out of turtle land. There we go. We might have ourselves a fish. Our first fish. Oh, we let it go. There we go. Oh, he jumped off. Almost had him. So when you have your kids out for the first time, if you've never used one of these, this is your drag. There's a plus and a minus, and you're going to kind of hit the middle. So I'd go all the way to the left where it's loosest, and then go kind of into the middle. A couple clicks. See, what the drag does is if you end up catching a really big fish and it pulls hard on that line, it will turn it down. It will do this. It will pull, and there's a ratchet system in there, a little gear system in there that keeps the line from breaking whenever you have a really big fish on. And then if you can't reel it in, if they're cranking and cranking, you hear that click, 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 you just turn it up to the plus sign, and then that gives it, that helps it bite in a little better, so that way then you can reel. So, all right, we're going to switch to corn here soon, because the bread is just popping off. I think it's the bread's problem. It's really dry, so it doesn't really form up tight. It doesn't take much to knock it off the hook. So this will be our last bread attempt, and we're going to switch to corn. Last hurrah with the bread. Fishies love it. And I think they stole it. Well, we got one. The last attempt on the bread, and we got one. There you go. That's a pretty one, too. Look at that. Very pretty little guy. And this is where I was telling you you're going to need those hemostats. But very pretty. Very pretty red breast. Come on there, little guy. How far down are you? All the way in. Alright, so we're going to get the hemostats out. Alright, we got them off. So now we've showed the bread works, we're going to go with the corn. So let's come down here to a new spot. So the nice thing about these little hooks is get a couple pieces of corn. We'll just try one for now, see how one does. Let's see what one does. And we'll try stacking them up on there. But one of the tricks you guys can do if you're looking for a place to take your kids is just pull up Google Maps and just start looking around and kind of seeing what bodies of water around you, what kind of ponds you have, and community ponds. Some communities post signs that say you're not allowed to fish, which is kind of a bummer. But some places you can. And maybe you have some friends at church that might have a pond on their property. They'd let you fish for no problem, and those can be really peaceful. Oh, better get it in here before that turtle gets it, or we'll lose it. I seem to get some action here, so we're going to cast here again. But look for places, look for fun places. Maybe just go out with the kids and drive around and see if you can find some places. That's part of the fun of it. Make an adventure out of it, and then have a deal where whoever catches the most fish gets to pick the dessert. And you can really make some memories that way. But Google Maps is a good place to kind of scope out when you're sitting at home. Try to find some places to go. Oh, I threw it right at a turtle. That's not a good start. He's going right after it too. That stinker. No, get off my corn. Get off my corn. Seriously, dude. Seriously, man. Come on, man. Let's throw it out there away from the turtle. I see you. I see you. So my plans for this rod on the channel is to put a little bit smoother casting reel on it. These little dock demon rods are really strong. You can catch some decent sized fish on them. But the reel's not the greatest in the world. It gets the job done, for just this kind of stuff, just a couple feet out casting. Maybe off an actual dock or a little walkway. But it's a good starter rod for a young kid. The nice thing about them is they are strong. So you can, hook into a big catfish or a bass, and it will catch them. They don't seem to like this corn just yet. All right, I'm going to put a fresh piece of corn on here. Take this one off. I'm going to put maybe two. Let's put two. See what happens. Uh-oh. I dropped half my corn. Oh. Right. Two pieces. We're going to use the rest of it for chum. Get them out here, and then Let's see if they bite mine. Oh, I think we got one maybe. We did. There we go. Another little guy. That's a good one, because it's easier to get him off. Oh, easy there, fella. Easy. Easy. Alright. Pretty fish. Cool colors. I like it when they come off easy and I don't have to use my hemostats. Okay. Alright, let's do one more. Maybe we'll do one where we just bring some earthworms. You can buy those at Walmart too. Earthworms work great. Some kids aren't too big of fans though of hooking a live earthworm, but wanted to show you some alternatives to that with the corn and the bread. Here comes a turtle. Let's get her back in here before it gets hooked up on me. This will be the last cast. Said every fisherman all the time. Last cast. Last one. Then I'm going home. An hour later, still on the last cast. I hope this shows you guys you can find a pond anywhere. Fish anywhere. Just make sure you check the rules. If you need a license where you're fishing, most states, I'm pretty sure under a certain age, they don't need to have a license. So, Dad, if they're the ones doing the fishing, you're just kind of helping them with a little cast and bait the hook and things like that. But they're the ones actually fishing. You may not have to worry about the cost of a license. But if you're the one doing the fishing, make sure you're following all the laws, because not fun to have to pay a fine. But I hope this shows you can fish anywhere. Like John says on Creek Fishing Adventures, fish anywhere, fish everywhere. He's fished some pretty cool places and caught some pretty neat things. And we have hopes to do that here in the future with some fun little rod setups that we'll do. Hopefully we'll catch a lot of fun things. So we are calling it, folks. But there you go. Caught a fish on the corn and we caught a fish on bread. So it does work. And I hope you guys learned something. And if you've never been out fishing, I hope this inspires you to head out with your kids. Pretty simple setup. Not a lot of money invested. Local pond behind the Home Depot. And we caught some fish. So have a good one. Thanks.